Councilmember Miller,
Here.
Councilmember Piscoian. Here. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Moving on to approval of agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. Councilmember Martinson, Councilmember Green. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Martin,
Yes.
Councilmember Green,
Yes.
Councilmember Miller,
Yes.
Councilmember Piscoia,
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda approved. Moving on to approval of minutes then. We have September 8, 2025 minutes. Is there a motion to approve these minutes?
Second.
Councilmember Martinson, Councilmember Piscoia. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Green,
Yes.
Councilmember Miller,
Yes.
Councilmember Piscoia,
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Martin.
Yes.
Great. Minutes are approved. Moving on to communications, we have notice from the Alcohol and Marijuana Control Office of the renewal notice for a cultivation facility license for Nome Grown. This is not the dispensary license, but cultivation. Does the council have any comments on this renewal? Seeing none, we'll move on. Citizens' comments. Are there members of the audience that would like to address the council this evening? All right, sounds good. Anybody else? Seeing none, we'll move on then to new business. And we're going to canvass the municipal election. First item from the city election official or city clerk was a questioned ballot for a party who wished to vote in Nome, but was found to have registered in Fairbanks after her Nome registration was September of 2024. And in June of 2025, she registered in Fairbanks. Anything else on that other than she
She doesn't qualify as she was registered to vote in another municipality. I asked that this is not counted as as part of the official total.
Okay. Is there a motion to accept the question ballot of Allison Banky?
Make that motion.
Second.
Thank you. Councilmember Martinson, Councilmember Piscoia. Based on the testimony from the election boss here at the city, we should not pass this. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Miller,
Yes.
But it's okay.
Wait.
you're voting to approve this question ballot to be counted, or you're voting against it being counted as official?
See, it has to be in the affirmative. The motion has to be in the affirmative. So to decline this one, we would vote no.
Okay. So no.
Okay, just check. Councilmember Piscoia,
No.
Councilmember Henderson,
No.
Councilmember Martinson,
No.
Councilmember Green.
No.
Thank you. That ballot is not accepted. Gets confusing sometimes. Mr. Clerk, would you read the resolution 25-10-01 by title?
Resolution 25-10-01, a resolution canvassing the results of the October 7th, 2025 annual municipal election.
Thank you. Is there a motion to adopt resolution 25-10-01?
Make that motion.
Councilmember Piscoia, Councilmember Martinson. Mr. Clerk, anything more to talk about on this?
No, the counts came in pretty easy to count. We didn't have any discrepancies. It matched the registers. And I just want to point out that the judges and clerks that were appointed. They did a wonderful job. They work really well with the public, and I spent the day with them. I couldn't be any more happy with the service that they provided and how they were respectful, polite, and impressed at how many members of the public they knew. And so it went off really well.
You're very professional.
Yeah.
They know their stuff.
And while the only place is on the proposition, it showed that there was an 8-vote margin on that.
That was
Just about.
I laid my head down. I was like, okay, God, please.
All right. Being nothing further, are there any questions from council members? A roll call, please, on its adoption.
Councilmember Piscoya,
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson,
Yes.
Councilmember Martinson. Yes. Councilmember Green,
Yes.
Councilmember Miller.
Yes.
Thank you. Resolution 25-10-01 is adopted. Moving back to citizens' comments, are there any citizens that would like to address the council?
Just like Kenny might get up again, so.
All right. Then move on to utility report. A brief report. The utility will be only have the customer service office open on Thursday in the morning, as the rest of the staff will be participating in a tabletop exercise with ADEC on our oil spill response plan. And then under union contracts with the city's units presently, they take Alaska Day off, which is Friday. And some people did take off on their own for Indigenous Persons Day. That's the one holiday that does not match the city and the utility. For the next couple of days, myself and our finance person are locked down to complete some final work on our financial statements. And so any calls that I receive, unless they're urgent, will not be handled before Monday.
You want us to slide food under the door or something?
No, I can do without that.
Okay.
And it was a nice celebration. I wasn't able to be there because I was at a doctor's appointment, but Village of Solomon put together a real nice spread for the celebration of the East End water and sewer for their housing that they're putting in immediately. And last little connection to get it on the SCADA system will occur this week. Any questions? Next time I'll have more time to write a letter. All right, moving on then to the city manager's report.
Yes, sir. The first thing I want to do is, we had 2 blessings last week, and it was called No Bad Hits by Storms. But I want to tell you, I've been dealing with storms for all my life. And we put together this year our Nome Emergency Incident Command Team, which I'm just going to hit some of these. Obviously, the city, but then we had, the forts, fire chief, police chief, LEPC, Quark. We had, volunteer fire department. We had the airport, Alaska DOT, obviously NJUS, hospital. We had the Alaska troopers. We appreciate the media being in attendance. Nome Community Center, KNOM, the Nugget, the schools. We had Homeland Security, Coast Guard, Arctic Access, Public Health, and the university. And this is not all of them. This last meeting, we had some more, so Angie is updating that. I will tell you, we started meeting last Tuesday or Wednesday. So we call this for all of our organizations a really good test. I will tell you, when the red lights and the blue lights go off wherever you are, people come together, even if they don't get along on Monday morning. But I will tell you, this group was very receptive. They had their plans together for all their organizations, our departments did, and it makes a big difference. When I went home Friday evening, and then we met together, a small group on Saturday, trying to make some decisions, to be able to be comforted to know that all of your team is ready. We had done everything we could do. Now, this week, we're doing a debrief, what we call also a hot wash. Some of that is military, to come together and say, you know, I've already told them, look at what occurred. Did you find something that was missing that you need? You know, something that went wrong, communications, whatever it is. So we do that Thursday, I believe, Thursday midday, I believe. So we'll be doing that. And obviously that's something, looking at supplies to come back for budget and what the justifications are. But was really proud of everyone. We are organizing a food drop-off, non-perishables, to be going to some of the other places that did not do well. So we'll be getting that out publicly for the next few weeks, different drop-offs. And we have you know, I think we contact Bearing. So I'm very certain they'll help us on getting to where it needs to go. Kevin with Coaric has been working with us with the towns. We're prioritizing who is hit worse to try to get food, diapers, those kind of things. So we'll get something to you. And as much as you can spread the word to get us, you know, they're our neighbors. And if we needed help, they'd help us. I've talked to 4 managers from COTS, different Stebbins, different folks that I have met, and offered up services if we need to send some people to give them some relief so they'll go home and rest, because this is going to take a while for them. And we've got 2 or 3 volunteers who said they'd be willing to go that are managers. I told them I could give them 2 or 3 days just to give a manager relief. That was Ron Johnson. He's interim manager, but they seem to be doing okay. So anyway, just thank everyone. Our team's been great, and just, you know, very thankful. So, and we prayed and said, go somewhere else, you know. So anyway, it worked. I do want to mention Dan and I will be in Anchorage next week. So we'll be available by cell phones. You can call either office or to leave a message if it's not urgent, but it's the tax conference. And the reason I'm excited about this, and Dan, we're both learning. I've done tax, but I'm learning Alaska law. We'll be there. You know, we're looking at November. I'm coming back with some other that you asked about, these menu of options, not necessarily new revenues, but revenues that are sitting on the table that we could be collecting. So I'm interested to hear from some other managers. There's one get together for managers across the state. So we're going to be talking about that. We're meeting with AML separately to talk about a couple grants and some other programs. So excited about that. Next is, and I've given you this as newly elected officials. However, this is also for any member. And if you recall, some months ago, I talked about getting training for the whole council. And this is for new council members. You can go to Anchorage. There's a mayor's conference that we could look at. But I talked to Melody with AML, and she said, Lee, if you want to do, because, you know, I know everybody can't take off, you know, a few days. We can do here in this room a Zoom with, there'll be some tax folks, the municipal league attorneys. We got, I know, Niels, but they will go over Robert's rules, how you operate. You know, you can ask questions about ordinances, about law, but also how we conduct ourselves in a meeting, what you can do, what you can't do. So I am suggesting, unless some of you want to go, They do offer a scholarship for, I think, 3 nights. I think it's 4, but you have to do 1 night on your own. I knew they'd get me somehow, but that's fine. If somebody wants to go, then let me know. We'll still, I think, do the Zoom here, and either a whole day or maybe divide it up into 2 half. I would suggest a 1 day. Come in maybe 9 o'clock, but have lunch and then go till like 4. They said that should be plenty of time. And if there's an area of interest you want to talk about, we can set up something else, a Zoom and another meeting or a workshop. So if you would, we'll be talking about that. I'll get Angie to give you a call, or you can call Dan or myself. So which looks better, to fly over or a Zoom meeting here? Because I know everybody works and it's not easy.
I'll attend a Zoom meeting here.
Okay. Thoughts? Scott, what do you think? The Zoom's fine?
Zoom's fine.
Okay. All right. You good? All right. We'll just not let you run out. We'll say, cut your phone off. Okay, great.
All
I think that's going to be great. Okay, the last but not least, you'll see the memo from my office. It's reference a compactor. And I got the man right there that's been, I have to give him credit. Since I said, okay, bud, we got to get this compactor, do a couple things. This is a compactor for the landfill. Is we do not compact enough. If you compact better, you saw in here, we can get over 7 to 10 years out of the space we have, which means we don't have to build another cell, which is expensive. And Cole's here to fill in gaps if you have questions. This is an 816F Caterpillar landfill compactor with warranty, and it's best equipment in Ohio. I guess 2 months. Cole and Chris have been looking and finally came up on this one. Caterpillar does an awesome job in reconditioning. This machine, I think I pointed out, $850 to $1.1 million for this size machine. The lowest you could get is about $600,000 on reconditioned, and this is from Caterpillar and other, distributors or sellers of the product. So kudos to Cole finding this right at $300,000. One of our big issues with the landfill, and I'm repeating so quickly, is using backhoes, using bulldozers. We're tearing them up. I mean, we are ruining the machines that we have, and they're in the shop all the time. So that's a major concern. But compaction, having, extending the life of the landfill sale. I will tell you, if you allow me to move forward with this lease purchase, which is $18,000 every quarter, starts in January, and we have 8, that's what it would be. We got a 6.7 or 6, I'm trying to get about 6.9%. I did look at 7 banks and even some governmental loan programs, and that was as good as I could get. Plus I needed 5 years. I couldn't quite afford 4. So I am looking to go that extra year as part of the deal, if allowed to go ahead with this. Cole made a great suggestion of going to a landfill somewhere else like Anchorage, and Anchorage's manager said, absolutely, we'll do it. We send our folks who work in the landfill over and work on compactors and train them. That's our we're like, this is not a dozer. This is quite different. So they said they would do that. It is now in Ohio. It will be shipped, again, if agreed upon, to Seattle. We already have a place for it to be stored until it can be shipped in the spring. So, that's a great thing. So questions about this, or if you have questions and get real detailed, I'm going to call the man up, Cole. So
Are you guys going to be sending somebody down to inspect it in person,
in Seattle,
or before you make the agreement to purchase it?
well, right now we've actually had Caterpillars giving you the warranty on it and all the rest. So I really don't have an issue. We'd have to send them to Ohio, which is fine. But I mean, Cole, what do you think about that?
So the company that that did this has a reputation for just doing landfill equipment and reconditioning it. They've been in business for 40 or 50 years, and they're agreed to give us a warranty on this, so I'm comfortable with them.
All right.
Any prepayment penalties on the financing?
First $18,000 first week of January. Yeah. And you'll see interest earnings.
So if we pay off early, there's no penalties. for
There
paying
is
off
not.
early. That's what-
And what I'm hoping is with some revenues, I would like to go ahead and pay it down. Even that 5th year, get it paid down, or we can add to the payments and apply it directly to principal. And so I got them to agree to that. So
Is this in the budget?
it is not. I look for it, and that's why I've said interest earnings. We still have equipment money. It's equipment reserve. And obviously, one of the big things for us. Go ahead, I'm
Is that
sorry.
equipment reserve dedicated to any specific pieces
No.
of equipment, or it's just there for?
Just for equipment. Yeah. And so I don't have to zap it for $300,000, which, I don't want to deplete that because there's other type, smaller equipment we need. So with the, 6.7 or 9%, we still can cash flow appropriately. I don't drop that reserve too much. And I'm hoping with some of the other revenue sources that we can take off the table and use, maybe we can pay it off a lot earlier. But this is the only way I can see us doing it for a couple of years. So I don't like leases. I don't like short-term lease. Financing, I like,
Why don't we just buy it and finance it separately?
well,
What's
that's
the
what I was
difference?
looking at with some other banks. I was able to get a little bit of a discount on the price since I'm going with them. So that helped too. That was $10,000.
Or why are we leasing it and then purchasing?
Well,
Why don't we
it's
just
a
buy it
lease.
Like right now.
Well, it's a lease
and just
purchase.
finance it?
We don't have, I'm going to reduce that reserve too much. I'm going to cut it close because I know there's a couple of things we need and do have in the budget to purchase. I'm just going to run too short. Yeah. I don't like leases or lease purchase. Sometimes it's necessary. In this case, 100% endorse us doing this for the landfill.
So this thing has 3,900 hours on it, which
Yes.
is not very many, I wouldn't think.
Not for that. What do you call, can you speak to that a little bit on the hours?
So the chassis is close to 6,000. It has a new motor and transmission. But the machine was, the city that owned the machine was down in Texas, and they got a grant to get a newer, bigger one, and so they let this one go. And everyone that I've spoken to has been adamant that the machine is in pristine condition, and from the pictures we've seen, it looks to be in good shape.
On a related note, how many years do we have left on the landfill?
Right now,
Have we
listen,
done
you and I
any
talked about
engineering
that.
Projections or just curious?
Yeah, for the cell that we're in now, we believe we have 7 to 10. John thinks we might be able to extend it out close to 15.
Yeah, and if we do this, that's a guarantee that we're going to be able to do that with this compaction.
Thanks.
And there is property for one more cell,
For 3 more.
for
more.
3 more.
They're just not cheap.
But we own, oh, yeah, to build them. Yeah.
Yeah, to build them.
Yep.
Yeah. The other thing is you're looking at the law. It has changed in a lot of the lower 48 states for putting in an enclosed cell, which is the EPDM. You have to roll out, seal together, and then take the effluent out of that and process it. That's coming to Alaska with warming, the permafrost disappearing. That's a big issue. We did great. We were at 98% as far as what we should be doing on the landfill. Our folks are doing a great job. It's the future that I'm concerned about because I think those regulations are moving north where you've had colder weather. You've not had the effluent problems, but it's starting to happen. But I want to congratulate the team for what y'all do with the equipment. And I just go over there. If I see that bulldozer, I just cringe, and not look at it because they're going to tear it up.
I guess just one more question. How many years is this expected to, the piece of equipment is Good for 10 years, 5 years.
I would expect at least 10.
At least, yeah. So I'm asking
Do you need a
for, oh, I'm
motion?
sorry.
Do you need a motion?
Need a motion to approve, yeah, this
I'll make that
lease
motion.
purchase.
Second.
Councilmember Henderson, Councilmember Miller. Is there any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Martin,
Yes.
Councilmember Green,
Yes.
Councilmember Miller,
Yes.
Councilmember Piscoya,
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson.
Yes.
The motion passed.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much. Cole really appreciates it.
All right, moving on to councilmember comments. Would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Martin,
I don't have anything.
Councilmember Henderson,
Just wanna, I don't know if I have to read off a list, but there's so many new faces and new names, and I wanna thank everybody that has served. Cameron for 3 years, and John as well, and I'm forgetting anybody. And then congratulate also Mark and everybody in the audience, Kenny and Adam, for willing to volunteer their time to serve the community. So, I had a question. Is there any updates, Lee, on the 2 complaints, maybe more, regarding drainage issues? I think somebody approached the council last time,
We had one we went and
Mr.
looked at,
Bungay?
Cole, that was at was it K Street? And
and then I also saw another letter from, I think was it Katie
Fourth.
O'Connor?
yeah, that's the one we went and looked
that's
at.
K Street.
That's K Street.
That's K Street.
Okay.
What was the other one? Just
Bungie.
Fourth and Division.
Bungay.
Bunzo, 4th and Division.
Yeah,
I don't know. Do we have
were they
anything on that one? I'd
successfully
ask.
resolved? I guess that's the.
Yeah. They're working on some drainage stuff now. Do you remember that one?
The one on 4th and Division is one that we want to put in a low profile coming across the south.
So
It
everybody's
just
happy.
comes down to a matter of time, and because we're crossing utilities, I need the water and sewer guys involved. The one on for Katie O'Connor, it's been a tricky one. I can't make the drain any higher because the water has to come off of 4th and around the corner to hit that drain. And that area is really flat. We have raised it to get the culvert back to level about 4 years ago, but I can't get water to go uphill yet. Working on it.
And you have to go all the way, well, towards the hospital. You get up there and you still have issues that are impacted by that.
Yes.
So you want to just, there was another place that that was another place that we get complaints on, or people see me and say, what about, remember we went up and that smaller pipe went across the road?
Where we put the low profile on across 6, okay. Years ago, we cut a swale into that. You know, anytime the traffic would go through when there was water, of course, it would blow out and make a big mess. So we put a 6-inch low profile culvert going across that's kind of hidden behind the telephone pole and the stop sign on the other side to just keep the water flowing that way. And it is working. There's still a little water held up at that corner, but not like it used to be.
You get right there and look back at O'Connor and look at it and it's, yeah, water doesn't go uphill. That's a problem.
Do you have any?
I'm sorry. And my last question is, what's this current status of the 3D house?
Do you want to, 3 of us can comment.
I mean. did
You want
it
to
get
say where they are right
finished?
now,
Did it-
Cole, and I'll fill in, but
Been told not to say anything if I don't have anything nice to say.
okay, bottom line is it's getting, it's getting close. I have real concerns that it's taken so long. I do have, and these are just based on what I've seen. Like up in Fairbanks, the problem they have, that is a storage building. It is not a house. I didn't understand that. When I got here, I thought it was a home. It's not a home. So this is different. I know the questions, I think Cole or Dan's been in some meetings where I've asked some questions about, those houses that's done right are very tight, very tight. The thing that I'm worried about is once you put, they fill in with foam, they put some sort of slats and put up sheetrock or whatever you're going to do. I have an issue and concern about moisture and condensation. Now, that's their deal. We've put in and in kind, and I'm just going to say more than it was anticipated. So I'm at a point of, guys, you guys got to finish this. And the other thing is we own the land. I do not want to own the house. I think they should, Penn State should own it while it's being tested. Nice to be on the land. I'm just disappointed, quite frankly, in the process. And I'm just have to say it. I think it's a great concept. We've got other type housing coming, but logistics and how to get things here has got to be better. It's like we stop, we start, we stop, we start. And that has a lot of impact on the construction, the condition.
It seemed like there was a lot of waste involved with it.
I would agree with you.
So is the shell finished or is it?
For the most part, but now they're going
Okay.
with the roofing and,
So
But-
the exterior walls are up. They're in the process of putting foam down inside for insulation. And then at that point, they're gonna stop for the year. All their supplies are gonna be wrapped up and stored inside. And then they're hoping to put the trusses on next spring.
What are they gonna have anything over it to stop the snow from building?
They wanted to put a big Visqueen tarp over the whole thing, and they talked them out of it finally. They're gonna wrap what they have up as best they can, but there's not gonna be anything over the real structure.
I am cautiously optimistic,
Does stuff need to be?
but not
sorted?
being discouraged. I'm not, being critical of it. It's just the process really gets me. It's just, if we're going to go with alternative housing, we have to do it understanding, as I've had to learn, of our building windows, when we can, when we can't. That being, when do you get the materials up here 4 or 5 months in advance? And they've struggled. And I'm not saying it's all their fault. They're learning too. I'm hoping it is 100% or 90% perfect and it works out as an alternative. We're looking at a lot of other, and this Penn State's looking, I think they're bringing 1 or 2 other type. It's kind of a stand up. One's like an R50 and an R30. And they have like 3 apartments in them. So we're looking at all these alternatives in the community plus private investment, but it's the logistics of this that I'm concerned about, Mayor. It just seems, and again, this was new to them too, and I understand this. So not being critical, I have concern.
There was some issue with the contract or the grant that was funding this because the plan had been to start working in May and June timeframe. And I'm not sure exactly what the deal was. Keith was chatting about that, pushed that off into the September window. And the materials that they want to use Nome materials in the future, but they had to fly some in, and apparently it was misbatched or something in Anchorage, so they had to fly in some more. And then I'm glad to hear the foam arrived. Yeah, well, I got Dave Carp involved, and we got it quicker.
Good, I knew
So-
somebody did things.
And then they're all, because of the mixture that they had, it was causing this slopping, I guess I'm going to call it, where it just wouldn't stay properly. So, they were having to shave stuff off that was not intended. And I don't know. I agree with you, Lee. I'm cautiously optimistic that it will be a good thing,
I hope it is.
but and then getting other people involved in it, because I know Keith's out working on it because they are over their budget, and he's trying to raise more funds for it. So
And the city hasn't contributed any money towards this except
No,
for the donation.
in
of the
kind.
land.
Yes, that's
Machines,
correct.
yeah.
No cash.
Mhm.
Is everything going to survive the winter and be able to be used next year? Any tools or whatever?
Yeah, they're saying, now, you won't see the printer here. It's leaving 2-3 weeks and it's going to Hawaii.
Right.
To be used on. I'll go with the building. It's a pretty nice place to pour concrete.
Yeah, they need to heat it back up, so it's ready.
And you
Ready
need to
for
keep
next
using
spring.
that. You
Right.
just can't let it sit for a long time. But I'll be, like I said, cautiously optimistic that it's going to work. It is a test, but anyway, and I know Dan and I have sat down and talked with Keith several times. And what I'm going to be curious to see is what was the actual cost? And that's what we're having to do, look at other alternatives of housing here. So, we've got through and I also want to say, Megan is no longer an employee with us. She has moved on. She's doing her PhD and she's working for me on some hours when I need her in the planning process. So that's working really well. So I'm kind of taking her place with the Stephanie McQueen out of
Economic
Seldotna.
development.
Yeah. So, I'm doing that, and we're working with Aaron today. So I think that's going to be good on a planning process. But on housing, we have a whole committee on housing. So we're going to be bringing together some of these folks on alternatives, and there are many. So I kind of see us like we might be a little bit of a R&D for housing. That's fine, and say Nome's the first. That's great. So, I'm trying to stay open-minded about things, but Alaska's changing, like the permafrost. Where does it work? Where does it not? So, cautiously optimistic.
Do we have any other locations for the other alternative housing that you're looking at?
There are several that we're looking at. Some we already own, and that's great, but that's something I'd bring back to you. What I'd like to do is bring back a whole schedule and say, would you be willing to contribute these to these projects? So we'll be coming back with that. I can't tell you how fast, but this committee will be meeting under the Economic Development Group. We're meeting with HUD, all those folks, and HUD's financing a lot of this stuff for alternatives. And we got to put our foot to the gas with, the mine coming, expansion of the ports. With Norton Sound building the housing, that's going to open up a lot. That's going to be a lot of, inventory on the market. So I'll be curious to see how that goes, but it's going to be nice to have some stuff open. Right now, it's hard to find a place. It really is.
At one point, we had a study or survey that was done that said there was a shortage of 250 housing units in the region, I believe. You remember anything about that?
I know it's over 225. You might be right. But
Okay.
that came out on one of the little HUD meetings we had with all the housing developers, some of the tribal, units and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it's 225 plus. So
I thought there was a formal write-up on that.
there is something. I can pull that for Megan just for your information to get it to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is somebody that's interested in getting a copy of that.
Okay.
I'll get the name to you.
Can you just make sure I do that? Or you
I
do it?
wrote it down.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Scott. Councilman
Good
Pemberton.
questions.
Next.
Councilmember Miller,
No comments.
Councilmember Green.
Do we have any dates for you to meet up with the utility guys to go over to Fourth and Division?
To go over,
Oh, for the water issue?
we don't, yeah, we're all kind of playing catch up. Everything. I'll work on Gary, so we can set something up.
Can you just let me know and I'll send something out?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get it to you.
Was that it?
Nope.
Okay.
Councilmember Piscoya.
You believe this? You left the
What do I say? Thank you, everyone. Thank you, City of Nome. Thank you, all the citizens out there for voting for me and not this past session, but when I was first initially ran for election. Learned a lot. I want to say we debated quite a bit, but I think we grew closer after the debate. But I do want to thank my family. My family has been very helpful throughout this last 3 years. Like right now, my wife is putting our kids to sleep right now, so I really want to shout out her for being supportive as she has been the last 3 years. So thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor.
All right.
Thank you. You want to stand that out?
No, I'm just
All right.
handing it to a couple of people here. I'm just going to say it, but for the record.
Yes, sir.
And in case I stumble, then you can pick up for me.
Absolutely.
All right. October 14, 2025. It has been my deepest honor to have served as your mayor twice, totaling about 20 years. Few people know the time, the energy, the sacrifice that goes into serving in public office, which is a bit more intense for the office of mayor. At times, things seem straightforward, black and white. Other times, it can be somewhat of a balancing act. You quickly learn not everyone will always agree. You'll be the hero to some and the villain to others. In my time serving, I've always tried to look at issues, weighing how a decision would affect the community as a whole, as well as people down to an individual level, both short-term and into the future. I can state with certainty that I heard the voices and took into consideration input from citizens, including those, quote unquote, on the back streets, as my dear friend Stan Anderson would say, who approached me privately to express concerns, support, or offer suggestions. Their input mattered. It wasn't just that of the person who pounded on the podium. There were difficult times with heartbreaking and a wet pillow when going to console a family in time of personal loss or regional tragedy. Serving as the city's spokesperson, explaining or defending an action could sometimes result in hostility. Likewise, there were times of great exhilaration and celebration after extensive time investment to advocate for the community and its needs became a reality. Part of the oath of office reads, I will, to the best of my ability, honestly and faithfully discharge the duties of my office without fear, favor, or partiality, and therein to do ever justice to all persons and to the city, so help me God. It was not just read and sworn at the beginning of a term. I knew it by heart and recited it to myself at times of internal turmoil with some decisions. I confess my failure. There were times I didn't live up to the without fear part. But I leave this office knowing I was faithful in that my actions or positions were without favor or partiality. With this, I bid you farewell as your mayor. I will no longer be representing the city of Nome. Know, however, that my care, commitment, and compassion for the people of Nome is unwavering. It's not linked to a title or an office. I plan to continue looking for ways I can use my abilities and talents and my voice for the betterment of our community as an advocate for the people of Nome. I offer congratulations to the new mayor, who I've always considered a friend, and continue to wish the best for Nome. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. And with that, I would like to have our newly elected officials come forward. We're going to do these one at a time. And we'll start with Kenny. Kenny, come forward.
can follow along and please raise your right hand.
I state your name,
I, Kenneth A. Hughes III,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the laws of the state of Alaska,
the laws of the state of Alaska,
and the ordinances of the city of Nome,
and the ordinances of the city of Nome,
and that I will,
and I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
honestly and faithfully discharge my duties
honestly and faithfully discharge my duties
of my office of mayor
of my office of mayor
without fear, favor, or partiality,
without fear, favor, or partiality,
and therein do every justice
and therein do every justice
to all persons
to all persons
and to the city,
and to the city.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, John.
And this is a this is an orderly transition of power. They can't do that in the national level, but we can show them something from here, right?
Darn right.
All right. All right.
I need you to sign it.
There goes the first signature.
Oh, not in blood.
No.
Thank you, Kenny. Adam R. Lust, come forward.
Maze of chairs here. It was intentional.
Yeah.
Made it.
Here's a copy for you to be able to follow along. Please raise your right hand.
I, and state your name, please,
I, Adam R. Lust,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the laws of the state of Alaska,
the laws of the state of Alaska,
and the ordinances of the municipality of Nome,
and the ordinances of the municipality of Nome,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
honestly and faithfully discharge the duties.
Honestly and faithfully discharge the
You
duties
didn't have to copy me there. Of my office of city council member
of my office of city council member
without fear, favor, or partiality,
without fear, favor, or partiality,
and therein do ever justice
and therein do ever justice
to all persons
of to all persons
and to the city.
and to the city.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, let's make it real.
That's right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sneak us away.
Lauren, please come forward. This is for you to be able to follow along. Please raise your right hand.
First of all, I want to say congratulations on your selection by your student body out there at the high school. It's a pleasure to have a member of the younger and up-and-coming group of residents become interested and see how things work. And we hope that this is a good experience for you, that you will consider sharing it with your other representative or students as their representative, and bringing any issues forward to the council or to the management that may be of concern. So I'll see you around. Good to meet you. And if you would repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Alora Sisenko,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the laws of the state of Alaska,
the laws of the state of Alaska,
and the ordinances of the municipality of Nome,
and the ordinances of the municipality of Nome,
and that I will, to the best of my ability,
and that I will, to the best of my ability,
honestly and faithfully discharge
honestly and faithfully discharge
the duties of my office of student representative
the the duties of my office of student representative
without fear, favor, or partiality,
without fear, favor, or partiality,
and therein do ever justice
and therein do ever justice
to all persons
to all persons
and to the city.
and to the city.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Mayor, I want to say, I look forward to having her here with us. Some of our folks want to look at an actual youth commission. And that this individual, she will help maybe the chair, but to have a youth commission to develop some, higher levels in leadership of our young people. So we're excited.
Okay, well, they can bring the champagne and everything in the door now. With that, the meeting's adjourned. Thank you for being here.